When you look at the series as a whole, um, first of all, what was the difference on the ice? And secondly, what happened in Game 6?
Um, you got to tip your cap. When Cards do, they took advantage of their opportunities. We didn't give up much, but when we did, they capitalized. Um, it's hard to dissect everything right now if you're going to try and do the whole series, but maybe trying to capitalize on one of our opportunities in Game 1 and the quadruple overtime. I think we're 3-3 right now and going back home for Game 7. So hindsight's 2020. Probably wasn't our best effort tonight to start the game. Thought they kind of took advantage of us a little bit early and kind of dug ourselves a hole, and then we were chasing it all night. But you just got to tip your cap and learn from it. There's a lot of young guys in this room that got some bright futures. So whether they're here or in Edmonton, it's it's a good foundation to build on.
What was said after the game in the locker room?
We'll keep that inside, but that's a close group. That's not just something we're talking about out here to make headlines. We all really care about each other, and it means a lot. Coming every night and playing with these guys, and it's one of those things where it's a tough pill to swallow, but at the same time, you wouldn't want to go to war with any different group. So we're proud of the way we battled.
You talked about it being a tough pill to swallow, but I know it might be a little harder right now with the disappointment. When you look at the season as a whole and how special of a year you guys had, does it kind of instill the positivity and the bright future for, like you said, a lot of young guys and for this franchise as a whole?
Yeah, it will. I think it'll settle in eventually. Right now there's probably too bad of a taste to kind of look at it that way, but as a whole, it was a really good season. Definitely all improved from last year as individuals and as an organization and as a group. So, it's part of the process. You can't just expect to flip the switch and be champions. You got to learn from your mistakes and keep building and getting better as a group. And with the close-knit group, like I said, guys are willing to come and do the work, and that's one of the big keys I think that they're going to lean on going forward.
You just fall a little short of sending this one back to Bakersfield for Game 7, but what can you say about the city of Bakersfield, the community of Bakersfield, and their support for the Condors?
There is a buzz around it. We really appreciate it. Been around a few organizations and a few different rinks, and that was special to come, not just in the playoffs, but all season. We knew we had support, and it's a tough league. We got a lot of tough road contests, but when we were at home, we felt pretty confident using that momentum of the fans behind us, and just the organization as a whole. They gave us every opportunity and every tool necessary to win every night, and that's something that we didn't take for granted and really appreciate.
What does a season like this kind of do for the Condors and for the franchise itself moving forward?
Well, I think they brought Woody and to start a culture and to build on something. I think that's right from day one. I think he kind of set that tone, and everyone kind of stepped into place and followed all year. So when you look back later on, I think we're going to realize that this is a really good foundation with some good core pieces. So that's probably was the goal at the start of the year. Inside the locker room, I think we had bigger goals, but as a whole, I think that's something that it's a good foundation to build on.